And we're live.
Continue. Hello, everybody. I hope you all are staying safe and feeling okay. So, today, against my better judgment, my brother said that he wants to talk about love stuff. So, I was kind of like, but I'm not going to be a killjoy because I know a lot of people are really into it. They want to know workings. He says he wants to show y'all some things about how to get a sugar daddy and a pussy popper. What else you said you was gonna teach him how to what to do?
well, they say turn a hoe into a housewife, but
Oh, how could I forget that? Turn a hoe into a housewife. So look, I got my notebook, I got my pen. I'm
uh-huh.
ready. I'm ready. I'm here for the sugar daddy stuff, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm here for the sugar daddy stuff. So, bro, this is your thing. Let's go with it. Start it off. What we doing?
Okay, well, we have a lot of people that, you always see them online. They're, the first thing they say is how to fix this person, how to do this, how to do that on this person, how to control their mind, things of that nature. Um uh and I want to kind of backtrack with the whole hoe into a housewife thing. I'll prefer to say sex worker. Yes, let's put it like that. Um, but a lot of men fall in love with a woman that's a sex worker, and they want to take that woman home. And
Okay.
then you have and then you have the women out there at this moment in time. For some reason, everybody wants a sugar daddy. Everybody wants a man to take care of them, pay
Or
their
a sugar mama. You got some women out there looking for a sugar mama.
sugar. Well, I didn't reach in the Bible for that one, so.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, so as just like back in the day, everybody, everybody back in the day had to do what they could to keep their husband at home, keep the boyfriend at home because he's going out to the juke joint, or he's at his side piece's house, and well, they didn't call it side piece back then, but things of that nature. So since I see so many people online looking for these things, I just want to throw
Talk
throw
about
it
it.
on out there.
That makes sense. I mean, I think the thing about it is if you look at the Friday night readings, every
Hmm.
other message was about relationship. How does
Hmm.
this person feel about me? Is this person coming back? How do I get this person? How do I find my husband? What my future husband is looking like? So let's be real. Next to money, when it comes to what people want, love. It's money and love.
Hmm.
Or either it's reversed. I'm looking for love and the money can come later. But I think this is kind of right on time because you got a lot of people that are in quarantine that are literally, I didn't realize so many people were horny. I get so many people in the reading. It's like I need to get me something. I need to get a partner. I need to have somebody. So I think this is probably right on time, to be honest about the talk.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now,
Uh,
go ahead.
Good. What you was about to say?
I was going to say, like, what is the basics to do any love work? Because here's my thing, and I'm gonna just put my 2 cents in because I know a lot of workers do love work. I always have this thing that, man, I don't want to bend somebody's will.
Hmm.
I don't want to mess with somebody and have somebody follow me around because I get all these guys in my inbox talking about make me your love slave, your sex slave, put a spell on me. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? The way I feel about it, if you already reaching out to me, you already under my spell. So what else do I need to do? But we got a lot of people out there right now that really are trying to make these connections. So starting off with somebody, if they're just trying to bring in some type of basic love, what
Right.
I mean, do we talk about self-love first before we get into the Bible? How do we do it? How do we start it?
Um. Well, we can get into, of course. self-love, working on yourself, loving yourself, uh, healing yourself, making sure that those wounds from past relationships are healed. But there comes a time where that only goes but so far. And so in the process, you can't stay by yourself forever, for one. Not for eternity. Like you can't go in this world and be old,
Well,
alone.
I agree with that. You should, I think everybody has a companion. I will agree to that. I think that most people want that companion. Now, I'm an old single woman because I'm 52, I'm single.
Hmm.
Now, I got a ton of fuckboys that are orbiting around the axis. I'm the axis. So it's not like it's not like I can't reach out and touch, but that's not really companionship long term. That's something short. But you're right. I agree that at some point we do need partners.
Yeah, because they say a person is not meant to, you know, live the rest of their life alone, as it was said a while ago, a long time ago. But after after you done work on yourself and you done heal those wounds and stuff like that, then we get into attraction. We get into attraction. And so the basis to start with attraction is mostly anything that's sweet. Things like powdered sugar, granule sugar. Um, I don't use honey. Lord, please, y'all done honey jar this damn conjure to death. I will tell you right now that no. For one, honey is too damn slow. You can use cane syrup. You can use syrup,
Hmm.
things of that nature in the work. Back in the day, they used actual sugar cane. It's kind of hard to get an actual piece of sugar cane now, especially like fresh out of the field. But also, of course, rose petals. You can use rose
Hmm.
petals, rose buds, things of that nature in attraction work. Now, uh, let me see here. I'm trying to think of what my aunts and them used to use back then for attraction work. Um, what was it? It was a perfume. It was a perfume. Ah, it's old. Vanilla musk perfume.
I used to love vanilla musk.
Hmm.
I used to love vanilla musk. I didn't know that but you know what? A lot of women, older women during the time, like when my grandmother was alive,
Hmm.
wore
Hmm. Hmm.
that and Chanel and Vanilla Musk were like the perfumes back then to me for attraction because a lot of women, if you could afford it, Chanel. If you couldn't afford it, Vanilla Musk. So that makes sense.
Hmm. And the trick is that they would spray just a little bit on their fupa.
Oh, just so that it could seep up
Hmm.
just a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep. And it would mingle with the pheromones. And once it mingled with the pheromones, you low key have like a pheromone perfume.
Mm.
And what else did they use? It was oh uh Chanel number 5 also. Chanel
Chanel
number
number 5 still really works well with love work. It's
mm-hmm.
still to this day. It's a pricey perfume. And of course, Chanel has come out with a lot of other perfumes, but Chanel number 5 used to be with a lot of women back in the
Mm-hmm.
day used for attraction.
Mm-hmm.
I knew some that would mix it with herbs. and then, you know, pray over it. And then, like you say, put it in certain places. So even to this day, I think a lot of young workers use it. What about rose water? I can't stand rose water. I cannot. I don't know. But I mean, I know a lot of women that bathe in it. They anoint their locks or their braids or their hair with it. So I think, you know, my whole thing when it comes to attraction work is using products that make you feel attractive, like wearing perfumes that make you feel connected to your sexuality, using herbs, taking, you know, love baths where you're putting rose petals and scents in that make you feel attractive, because then it's easier once you have that feeling to go out there and spread it. Like when a woman is, even a man, when somebody is clean and they fresh, and then they put on their perfume or their cologne, they going out. You know you hunting. That's the whole purpose of it. You know you're out for the hunt.
Right.
So I think a lot of scents definitely play into that. And herbs. I think, honestly, I deal with the ancestors when it comes to mixing certain things, because I think they'll give you the recipe. Definitely for a lot of people. But yeah, adding it to the perfumes, catnip and things like that, lovage, Jezebel root.
Right.
I used to have a girl that was a stripper that I would massage, and she would make a tea with Jezebel root and bathe in it before she would go dance, and she would come back with all these crazy ass tips. None of them. Let me see. Did Lena send me something?
Let's see. I'm trying to read some of the comments.
Let's see. Okay, so Willa said, I'd be scared of Mickey Ficky boiling my plants in the pot. That's why I don't want to do love spells. You know what? I don't necessarily think, Willa, that there's, the only reason I don't particularly like doing love work is because you always get that one obsessive person that will not let you rest. They call you 5 minutes, every 5 minutes. Is it working? They haven't called me. Is it ready? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? That is what irritates me, because people with love work don't have the patience to let it happen. They don't have, and I've noticed that with a lot of people. But I think that's the only thing that really, you know, bending somebody's will. When a man or a woman comes to you and they're interested in you, you are already doing the spell. You've already opened that door. It's already there. So I get it for people who really are trying to get somebody's attention that doesn't even notice them. That's where a lot of people are like, okay, I want the love work because I want that person.
I mean,
but I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be something that you're scared of. What is Isha Campbell? Why are you still dealing with boys, Isha? So okay, I'm 52. So here's the thing. Sometimes mama want to play. Sometimes mama want to play. Sometimes these old men don't know how to play. They can only get their leg up so far. You know, you get with this young boy, he could do a back bend, blow bubbles on your booty hole, say your name forward, backwards, you know, twerk with it a little bit. Sometimes you need somebody that know how to do something, that want to play. Now, I'm not saying that all old men are like that, or older male, because I'm an older female. You know, that sometimes I get stuck. But then the younger boy come back and, you know, he oil me up. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oil you up, all right, 10 woman.
He oil me up. Ain't nothing wrong with getting that shit. Ain't nobody fixing to age shame me. I'm going to get where I want to get.
Oh, okay.
If it look right, I'm there for it. I'm there for it, 100%.
Indeed.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be complete. Ain't no shame in my game. For nothing. If they 25 and under, I won't fuck with them. But if they 25 and over and they look like they got some sense and they want to play, we might be able to play until I feel like I want to settle down.
Tell them say Stella ain't got shit on you.
Shit, no. And I done been to Jamaica a few times and got my groove back.
Okay. Who say, yo, let the cougar play, stop trying to tame her?
There's somebody trying to put me in a cage. They're trying to put the cougar down. So let's get back into these recipes. Let's get back into these recipes.
But so I give you old school, I give you new school. So a new school for attraction is, and guess what? And people was buying it a long time ago, and women used to wear it all the time, and they didn't know. But it's a perfume, and it was called there's two of them, Sex on the Beach.
I never heard of that.
It's a body oil, Sex on the Beach, and what it was called? What was it called? I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. But one of it is Sex on the Beach, and a cologne for men for attraction back then was Jockey Club.
Jockey Club?
Yep, Jockey Club. Oh, and Cool Water.
Lord, Cool Water. Cool Water used to be it. Cool Water used to be it.
I remember them days when I used to smell that cologne floating through my aunt's house and used to hear that Marvin Gaye. Lord.
Yeah, Cool Water, what was it? Lagerfeld and Juke used to have, and it's because women tend to be attracted to muscular scents with a lot of these colognes, and that's why they're popular. Now, as a male worker, would you mix anything into these colognes, or would you just wear the colognes by themselves?
Like for perfumes for a woman, you can add catnip and Damiana, just two herbs. You just add catnip and Damiana.
Okay.
For attraction. And for a male, you could put some sweet woodruff and a little bit of licorice root.
Oh, for some what? Domination?
It's domination, but with control, that's attraction. You making something, you forcing something anyway. You're
forcing him to come
magnetizing.
your way.
Yeah, you bringing that power in there anyway.
Okay. Sweet woodruff and licorice root.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sweet woodruff, or they call it Master of the Woods.
Mm-hmm. So basically, master over you're trying to master over him. You're bending his will to come to you.
Yeah, now that one. Yeah, that one's for the men. That's for the men to bring a woman.
But could a woman not use it too?
In certain instances, yes, but she would have to add something feminine to it to balance it out.
To soften it out.
Yes, but for those of the LGBTQ, then you can add lavender to it. Say for instance, if you are a stud and you want to use something masculine, you can add lavender to it, or hyacinth. It's a flower.
Oh, okay. So to the master of the wood, or sweet woodruff and licorice root, and you would add a little bit of lavender to it to soften it up. Say for a stud that's trying to bring a female in. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Yep. Could you also say, if I had a client that was a lesbian or trying to bring another female in, could I anoint the candle with these to intercede on their behalf, to bring in love?
Yeah, you can kind of, like, if it's in a spray bottle, you can spray it on the candle a little bit, or if you want to, you can make it into an oil.
Okay. Interesting. That might be my new oil. Lesbian love. I like it.
Or you can call it, somebody say black panties. You can call it purple panties.
Purple panties.
Yep. Zane actually has a book out about lesbian love called Purple Panties too.
Okay. I might get on that oil. Lick me lots. Leonard's saying lick me lots.
Yep.
Now, what about if you had a man who was trying to attract the same sex?
a man that was trying to attract the same sex, you would use what's the herb? A little bit of honeysuckle. You add honeysuckle to some high john.
I was gonna think High John too.
Mhm, to some high john, and with Samson snake root is a little hard to find if you're ordering it offline through what's her face. So I would use black snake root or black cohosh.
Ooh, I have some black cohosh.
Mhm,
So honeysuckle, High John, and then black cohosh.
mhm.
All right, got it. Y'all taking notes? Y'all writing this down? Nika, you can't find Jezebel root? I think I have some extra.
See,
I
what
think
do
I
you
have
see?
some extra. And I might even be able to send you the link where I got it. Yeah, Elisa's saying look at botanicals online. Because they tend to stay in stock with their
Mhm,
herbs.
mhm. Yes, indeed.
Let me see. So let me look at some questions too.
Y'all sitting there quiet. Y'all just sitting there waiting for me to talk about the sugar daddy work.
Yeah, well they were, yeah.
We'll get to that soon. Hold
Okay.
your
So
dr-
Tiffany Gill is saying, I heard you shouldn't put a face on love work. And I think that's if you're drawing in general, if you don't know how this person looks. But to be honest, if I was going to do love work and I had a type that I was interested in, I would go online and find a male model that looks as close to what I want to call into and work the candle that way, or work my lamp, or work whatever it is that you want to work. I think the whole thing about it is do what feels comfortable to you. Do what feels comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable putting a face on love work, I know some people will write a name, or they'll just say for my love, my soulmate, my twin flame, and they'll leave it open ended. But I believe with love work and things like that, you need to be really specific, because you could get a dude that looks like Flavor Flav with a peeny weenie because you didn't specify what you want. Now, I'm not saying if that's your type, that's your energy, that's your type, that's your type. But if you got a certain type that you have in mind, I think I would kind of find a picture close to something that I'm looking for and work it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yep.
like open. I don't like open-ended stuff where you just anything come popping in. I kind of want you to look something like what I want you to look like.
Right. Like you can use a cutout from like GQ magazine for a woman, or for a man, Maxim magazine, things of that nature. Um, oh, and Nika, the herb that I said was Master of the Woods, or Sweet Woodruff that I said for that herb. But
Oh, Elisa's saying her dad used to wear Brute. Brute smell back in the day. Brute smelled really good too.
yep, and back in the day also was Old Spice, the Old Spice in the white bottle.
That's for my grandfather. But I can't get with anybody that smells like Old Spice because it reminds me of my grandfather. But he used to have a lot of women that would chase him because of that. It kept him in trouble. It wasn't just the cologne, but he stayed in trouble because of the women. So yeah, Old Spice definitely.
Interesting. Oh,
Let's see.
I don't know why
Somebody
that
was
popped up.
asking about what came after the licorice root. Let's see. We had.
Yeah, I told her it was the
Is that
master.
Elisa? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you got it. Cam, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can use catnip for attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Willa wants to know what's a good love spell for a couple,
A married couple.
a married couple. And I would put it under the mattress too. I think married couple need passion.
Well, okay, what you could do is get you. I don't usually use figure candles, but I I do give people workings or teach people workings that have to do with your candles because I don't want to get as elaborate as I can get, but get a either a couple's candle or like a marriage candle. You can get it's like the bride and the groom together,
Mhm.
and you get coriander. You can use coriander. Damiana goes for almost anything when it comes to love,
Lovage.
lovage. But see now, I will tell you this: you
The
use love,
fertility.
right? Love is not just fertility, but you better not be a prude in the bedroom because he's gonna be hot and ready, and your drawers better come off.
That's what a married couple needs. I think sometimes they get complacent, so you need something that's going to heat that passion up. And
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly make like a little mojo and put it under the mattress or put it under the bed
Mm-hmm. And
so
see,
you
mm-hmm.
could heat it up.
Right. So what you could do is lovage, coriander seeds, Damiana, some let's see here, a
Add a
little
little
bit.
cinnamon to it too.
Yeah, you can add a little cinnamon to it.
Heat it
A, li-
up.
a little bit
Okay,
of
go ahead.
Solomon seal root, um, and some black tea.
What does the black tea do?
Black tea was used in a long time ago. Uh, when it's hot, it's steaming, right?
Mm.
So then you add black tea, so that the sex will be just as steamy as hot that as tea that's been brewed.
So it brings the heat.
Exactly, exactly. And what tea will do? Tea will hold heat for a while until you blow on it, right?
Whew.
And and then
Yeah, go ahead.
I know where your mind went. But anyway,
It went, but it came right back. It came back. Really caught myself.
um, and a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of cayenne.
Ooh. Oh, we really gonna turn somebody up.
Yep.
Let me ask you, okay, say that we got this going on in a married couple and the passion is there. We got men that at a certain point, these young men don't understand it. I don't know, some of them having already issues now too. But what about men that say they're having some type of erectile dysfunction?
Mm-hmm.
What would be like good herbs or something? I mean, even if it was to make a tea for somebody to drink
Mm-hmm.
or to work, because I have a lot of clients that are having issues like that where these women are, they're hitting their prime and their
Mm-hmm.
husbands that are older are kind of on the decline because
Right.
the pipe doesn't work.
Right. Oh, well, to get it up, this is what you need. You need Damiana. Now, with this, the reason why I tell you to add Damiana to this for a man is because Damiana causes Kegel muscle reflex when it's drinking as a tea, when it's drunk as a tea.
Oh, really?
Yes, it causes muscle reflexes. And it also heightens your libido, and it also is what is called an adaptogen. So you have a little bit of Damiana, not too much, because another secret about Damiana is that Damiana will make you pre-ejaculate before the time is up. So too much of a good thing is bad for you.
Ooh, okay. So balance it out.
Yep. So you have Damiana, you have horny goat weed.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this about horny goat weed. If you ain't trying to get pregnant, please use a condom because woo, that thing will load that man up so his
Ooh,
soldiers will be strong.
okay. Strong soldiers.
And yahimbe root.
Oh yeah, I used to date a guy from Panama that used that all the time. That's evil stuff. Evil, evil stuff.
But let me tell you about your hembe. You can't eat chocolate or cheese
Why?
because it will dampen it. It will dampen the effect.
Oh, so the chocolate and the cheese. So what is it?
Mhm.
Is it
It's the
like
chemicals.
lactose? Anything that is milk based
Yeah,
brings it down?
yeah, it's the chemicals. It's the chemicals. Matter of fact, anything that is like a comfort food, like ice cream, anything like that, it has a chemical in it that will, um, you know, take that away.
So literally when we're talking about a man who's having some type of dysfunction, it's probably better to use these as teas that this person will ingest instead of
Mhm.
working it in a
Right.
kid or mojo or anything. We gonna
Mhm.
cook you a nice little dinner and we gonna,
Mhm.
bake you some chocolate chip cookies and then we're gonna give you your warm tea. Well, no,
Mhm.
we can't make chocolate chip cookies because that's gonna mess it up. So we gonna bake you something and then give you some
Mhm.
tea right before you ready to get down.
Mhm. Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And also, if he has blood issues or anything like that, don't give him shit. Just, well, if you have high blood pressure or anything like that, or if you have any kind of blood issues, you're more safer working with herbs than Viagra or Cialis or some shit. But with that type of tea, it'll be best to drink on partially empty stomach to get the full effect of it. But another herb you could use is black mica.
I've never heard of that.
hmm Matter of fact, speaking of, you know what? I was making what I call super dick tincture.
Tincture.
Yes, and
Okay. Was
this
this for a client or was this something you experimenting with?
this is something that I was planning on selling.
Oh, okay.
And it's been soaking for about a year.
Ooh.
See,
Oh, wow. Look like you only need a little bit of that.
yeah, I'm putting drop bottles. It's been so. I got it in one bottle. Um, so there's a
Now I'm gonna get real personal. Have you tried it?
no.
Okay. Are you gonna try? I mean, because you gotta know, right?
um, I know someone that's gonna try it.
Okay. So you already got a test subject. I got
Yeah,
you.
I got a guinea pig. So
Okay. Because that's why I always, when I do my oils and stuff like that, I try on me to see how effective it is. So I just, as long as you got somebody that's the guinea pig.
right.
Um, and that's been a year, that's gonna be potent for somebody. Now,
Mhm.
tell me about this Black Michael. I've never heard of that before.
Oh, black mica is a M.
Black Mica.
Yeah, mica, black mica. That's a herb from the Amazon that is used in sex ceremonies to increase sexual tension and keep the dick hard.
Mm.
hmm You sit there, you froze up. I think she froze. What happened?
She might be in shock.
She froze.
Might be me because okay, it might be me over here. It's raining over here, but I don't know why it would affect my internet.
All right. You're back.
Okay, Angela was talking about it was hard to find herbs. What is the place? Is it Rose Mountain Herbs sells a lot? The Botanica, is it the Botanicals? They sell a
Mountain
lot of herbs.
Mountain Rose herbs.
Mountain Rose. There's quite a few places. There's quite a few places that you can find online if you don't have
Mhm,
a Botanica somewhere that you can buy herbs there.
mhm,
Amazon. Let's see. Nicole is saying, yeah, Amazon has Jezebel root.
mhm.
Nika, you know what? And I get a lot of people don't trust them when it comes to herbs and things, but I have gotten some herbs from Amazon and they have been on point. They have been on point. But I think I have a couple of Jezebel roots that I can send your way when I send you a candle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, so
There we
Tiffany was
go.
like, "What?" Okay, so I'm lagging over here, but I think it was like meaning a person on a candle or something. I always say if you're gonna do any type of work, especially when it's drawing things into your life, be specific. Be
Right.
specific.
Right.
White amber. Let's see. There's an oil is used when I be ready to play, and it draws both male and female. White amber. Interesting. That's from Elisa.
Right. But back to the marriage candle for Willow. Um, you can you have your coriander. What else did I say?
You said coriander. You said, oh, hold up. We got horny goat,
mm,
yahambi,
oh, that was for the
erectile
rectal.
dysfunction.
Oh, okay. Let me see. For the marriage candle, you need the red marriage candle, the husband and wife. You need the coriander. You need some damiana. You need let's see what else. A little bit of saw palmetto. The cayenne, a little bit of cayenne pepper, black tea. Um, let's see what else did I say. Can't remember off the bat. And then what you do is you dress that you write your name. You write the woman's name on the woman's side and the man's name on the male side. And then you dress that candle in olive oil. You don't do all that come to me oil and stuff like that all the time. But you once you dress that in oil, you speak over those herbs. You talk those herbs and you tell those herbs, what you want. A lot of people say, "Oh, I need to visualize my intent," stuff like that. No, you're gonna do that during the work. But then you roll that candle or sprinkle those herbs. Let me see, she said figure candle, coriander, damiana, lovage, cinnamon, Solomon seal root, black tea, cayenne. Thank you, Nika.
Nika's on it. Nika's on point.
Oh yeah. Oh, she is on it. She got them witch ears open.
Mm-hmm.
But once you had that candle oiled up real nice, and of course you praying. A lot of people go straight to the Song of Solomon. Nope. What you gonna do as a woman, since you from marriage, you came out of the rib, came from the rib of Adam. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pray over that candle while you're rubbing it, and you're gonna say, since I came from you, your bond is with me. I light the fire. I bring the heat. And you're gonna pray. And you're gonna keep praying, and you're gonna say that. You're gonna keep praying. And then you're gonna say, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. Lord, I'm about to sound like DMX. Stop.
Yeah, I thought that's where you was going, but I was gonna let you go. I figured you got it.
And then you keep praying that, you keep saying, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. And since you're married, you have a pact between your husband and God. So you're going to say, God, this is my husband who I love so. May the fire between us blaze and grow.
Mm.
And then you sprinkle those herbs on that candle. And then what you're going to do is you light that candle and you work that candle. Now, usually people let those candles burn all the way down.
Mhm.
I say snuff it out. Put it out after you prove it for a little while, and then put it out, and then work that candle for 7 days. And then after those 7 days, I want you to take that wax while it's still warm now, and turn it into a ball. Turn it into a ball,
Mhm.
and then you're going to put it in a mojo hand, tie it up, and put it in the middle under the mattress. Put it under the mattress in the middle of your bed. Lord, that was a lot to repeat. Can I repeat all that again?
No, I mean, I think we got it. We're gonna let the candle melt,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna take it in the wax while it's warm. We're gonna form a ball,
Mm-hmm.
and then this red little bag right here that we got on the center of the screen, we're gonna make this mojo hand. Are we adding any other herbs into it, or is the wax all we need?
That's it. That's it. Because
That's
the
it.
herbs are going to be in the wax and stuff anyway.
So we're gonna make that, and then we're gonna place that in the middle of the mattress.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Under the mattress in the middle of the bed.
Okay. Now, can we also do this with like our self-love candles?
Yeah, you can do this with self-love, but with self-love, you can use let's see here, what herbs? Of course, rose petals. Rose petals is love, 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 self-love, love of other people. Things of that nature. They want me to repeat the prayer, and I'm trying to remember it all, because once it's out there, it's gone. I get into the spirit of it, and then it's out there. Y'all gonna have to watch the recording over. I'm sorry. Um, but with self love, of course, you have the rose petals. Um, and then what you're gonna do is, of course, you have a picture of yourself, and it's a simple working. Really, no other herb is needed. If you don't even have to use just the rose petal, you can use the whole rose. Make sure it doesn't have any thorns. And you take that the candle in the shape for yourself, a red figure candle, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to take that rose, and you're going to brush the candle with it. You're gonna brush the candle with that rose, and what you're gonna do is pray over it. You're gonna pray over it, and what you're gonna say is skin so soft, heart so sweet, my inner feminine and masculine meet. The same way Solomon met Sheba, may the love within me and for myself meet as well.
I like that.
And so then what you do after that is that you take a perfume that you love, and you're going to spray that candle and place that candle over your picture and place the rose beside it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to keep praying that prayer and light that candle. And in the process, what you're going to do is you're going to do something that represents love for yourself. You're going to take yourself out on a date. I mean, we're quarantined now, so hey, Netflix and chill with yourself. But things that represent love yourself the same way you would want somebody to love you. And then once that it burns down, while the wax is still warm, you can form it into a ball, and you can take your picture and do the same. Put your picture around the wax, put it in a mojo hand, leave it there by the rose for a while, and use it as a reminder. And with that rose, you can take that rose and put it in a small vase beside your bed.
Lena even suggested bubble bath and things like that with the rose petals too. I mean, you can make it a whole ritual. You really can. I know a lot of women that start with the bath and then end up with their candle work. And then, like you say, at the end of the night, they may put the rose or something by their bed, or, you know, have their candle burning by their bed. Let's get into, I know a lot of people talk about using deities when it comes to love work. Now, Lena always, when she brings up Aphrodite, because a lot of people like to use Aphrodite for love work, but Aphrodite gives STDs. A lot of times she'll bring people into your life, but they're not clean. So I think a lot of people that, what do you feel? Because I even hear a lot of people working with Lilith for love work, and Lilith is a sex demon. So not necessarily love. She'll bring you fuck boys and fuck girls, but not necessarily love. So what is your take on certain deities that are maybe for love work that could bring or open up things for love?
Okay, well, since we're stepping outside of conjure, really and truly, a lot of the deities that worked for love and anything like that were hoes. They were hoes in their mythology, just like Aphrodite. Aphrodite turned a man into a cow because somebody snitched on her for cheating on her husband. You have another, or just like with Lilith, people haven't really studied her story because Lilith was the first independent woman. Ain't no love in Lilith. A woman that would prefer to get on top than to be on bottom.
They looking for the love. But a lot of people try to use her for love work, which kind of is always confusing to me because there's a selfishness about what she wants. So it's not a reciprocated relationship. So you might tend to be dominant, or you might attract a beta man that you can control, but then you get tired or you're not happy with him because of that energy. So I think a lot of people get confused. Like you say, maybe they don't understand the whole story. Now, even with Freda, I get a lot of people that say, oh, in voodoo, let me work with Freda for love. Freda will pick the person she wants, not necessarily who you want. And I've seen a lot of people get that. What do you, when it comes to you, do you use deities when you do any of your love work for your clients?
Nope.
Okay. All right, then we can move on.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people get confused with the deities of what they want to use, what they think. But I think you hit the key word is you have to research the history of whoever you're working with, because you're going to have some women that do not like women. You're going to have some women, like he said, that are very controlling, that they will not be dominated by a man. Let's see. What's up, Candelo? What's up, Tata? So I do feel like if you are working with any type of deities with love work, please research and understand the history. Now, I don't know if all of them was hoes, Sherwin.
All of them.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a hoe anyway.
But
nothing wrong with being a hoe.
But if you're looking for, if I'm like this, okay, nothing wrong with being a hoe. Well, we have an update version, a sex worker. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, if you're a sex worker and that's who you deal with, you work with, that might be beneficial, right? But let's go on.
But not if you're looking for love, though. Not if you're looking
for love.
But
true enough. So let's get into this Bible where we turn in a hoe into the housewife, because that's a good transition.
All righty.
Now wait a minute. Does this work with the male hoe too? Because we got the female hoe, we got the male hoe. So if I got a man that's running the street, is the work going to make him be faithful? Is it going to bring him? You tell me what it's going to do. Let's see what it's going to do. I'm open. I got my pen.
It can work both ways, but I'm gonna get into that part too.
30 more minutes. Why? Go ahead, babe.
Okay. Now let me see, because I had to write this one down because the Holy Ghost put that on me, and it was like, yeah, you.
Well, we got to go with the Holy Ghost. If the Holy Ghost gave you words, that's what you got to use.
Let's see here. let's see here. We have and it's crazy because it sounds like Hosea 3rd chapter 1 through 3. Now let's go to that chapter.
Hold up, let me write it down. Hosea chapter 3.
1 through 3.
1 through 3. All right.
1 through 3.
Okay.
Let's
What
see.
Hosea saying?
Let's see here. I should have marked the page. I didn't mark the page. Because I'll flip to anything in a minute. Let's see here.
I should have my Bible. Oh, I should have got my Bible.
That's okay.
What Alex say? Alex say, I like holes. Ray say, yeah, let's bring the Holy Ghost into this. Let's wash over. Let's wash over with the hole. But we got to talk about the hoes and the sugar daddy.
Yep. Let me see here. Yeah. 3.
And Jessica's saying, also, I will tell you that with Aphrodite and Lilith, it is all about how you talk to them and what you come into them. Possibly, but I don't think that they are relationship type of energies to work with.
We'll talk about La Madama. We'll get to La Madama in a minute, Nicole. But this chapter says, the Lord said to me again, go love a woman who has a lover and is an adulteress, just as the Lord loves the people of Israel, though they turn to other gods and love raisin cakes. So I bought her for 15 shekels of silver and a homer of barley and a measure of wine. And I said to her, you must remain as mine for many days. You should not play the whore. You shall not have intercourse with a man, nor I with you. For the Israelites shall remain many days without king or prince, without sacrifice or pillar, without ephod or teraphim. Afterward, the Israelites shall return and seek the Lord their God and David their king. They shall come in awe to the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. He just bought him a woman and turned her.
Wait. So did God say that it was okay? In the passages, he's saying it's okay to have this hoe? To buy this woman?
Yes.
Because I was like, what? Wait a minute, is that what God said? But look, Taco Campu said you used to be a sugar daddy. That's why you know the topic.
See, he coming for me. That's okay. I was never a sugar daddy. Ever. Ever.
Okay, let's get back to this passage. So God was okay with this person buying this woman.
Yeah. And he made her a housewife because in the beginning it said, the Lord said to me again, go love a woman who has a lover and is an adulteress.
Okay. Which is kind of where we are now with the wife. The side piece is the side piece to the side piece to the fifth dimension. How, if you, okay, I'm trying to get my thoughts around this. Say that you are using this passage for a man that wants to reform a woman. She's giving up her ways to be with this person, right? That's what the passage is saying. Even though she was this way, God is saying that I'm bringing her into who's doing work. This is what he would pray. This is the type of work that he would do.
Right.
Now, would this work for same-sex couples? Say a woman or say a man, because I know we're going biblically. Would this apply? Say a man has a man that's out there, he's running the streets and everything, and you work in this passage with this work. Would it work to bring this man in from the streets and say, you know what, we're going to reform you so that you can be mine now. You're going to stop running the streets. Because we got to be honest, we're in 2020. We got a lot of different things going on right now. So what do you say on that?
There's a different passage for that, and we'll get into that too.
Okay. So I'm getting ahead because I'm always wondering, because I want to know if it can work on one person or one particular person can we do this on other people, so that we know how to compartmentalize the work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
this passage is basically for a man who is with a woman that is free spirited. She don't wanna slow down, and this is something that he's gonna do to bring her in, to make her slow down more to his liking.
Mm-hmm. Because back in the day, men used to fall in love with women on the red light district. That woman,
Still do.
yeah. Because that woman, they used to go to that woman, and they used to tell that woman all their problems.
Tata Campo was saying, would this even work with poly?
With what?
With poly, like polyamorous relationships where you have multiple people.
That's different though. With polyamorous relationships, the people are already, already into getting together. This more so is for someone that's trying to hook a sex worker.
Or bring a sex worker into their poly relationship.
That too.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all, I didn't even hear Voodoo shouting. I was so into the passage and trying to figure it out. So what are you looking for now? What passage are we dealing with now?
Let's see here. Who just say God got? Somebody say God got to be my daddy. Oh Lord.
God got to be the daddy?
No, he's saying that they can be reformed and are worth saving. Lord, these comments.
Are you all into the comments? So Ray is saying, yes, even in poly, there is a level of commitment. And I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I think what ends a lot of polyamorous relationships is when you bring somebody who's not committed in, which what this passage would work on. If you have somebody that's still out there trying, they got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and they still doing what they want to do, but they haven't fully committed, this passage would work to bring them into the fold for a more committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Candela said he used to love hoeing before he got reformed. Jay probably was praying this passage day and night.
Yep. Say, bring him home, Lord. Bring him home.
He was throwing herbs. I bet you if he go lift his mattress up now, it's all kind of shit under that mattress. That's what happens when you get with a woman that works.
All right. But so how you would work this? Kendall say I used to love hoe and laugh out loud. But how you would work this as well is that you would for one, it all depends on if you still seeing this person. Is this somebody that you have had sex with, and and they still out there doing their thing and everything like that. Now if there's somebody you still sleeping with and stuff like that, and they're sex work and things of that nature, then it's easy for you to get something of theirs.
If you're doing work on somebody, you want that person in your life, because you wouldn't be doing the work if you didn't want them in their life. I saw a video earlier today where it was 2 gay men, and the guy was saying he couldn't be with the other guy because he found out the guy worked in the porn industry. He was like, I don't know if I can get past that. So this would be something that would work in that situation, because he's trying to pull this person out of that environment and domesticate him. So how would you work this? Are we using candles? We using lamps? We using mojo hands? How are we working it?
Well,
We need some fluids. What we need?
Yeah, you need a pair of the drawers. You need a pair of the underwear, old underwear, dirty underwear. Either you can get the dirty underwear. The more intimate, the better.
Remember, ladies, when we were talking about this with the candle work last week, and I was saying how a lot of y'all think it's cute to leave y'all underwear behind at the man's house because y'all want him to think about y'all, or y'all hoping that his woman will find y'all underwear. If you're dealing with a worker, this is what they're gonna do with your underwear if they find it in your house with your juices on it. They're gonna mess around there and turn. They're gonna lock you down. So for those that think it's cute, take your underwear with you. Take your underwear with you.
No, growing up, you have guys collecting underwear, like a notch in their belt. Like they get a girl and they get the drawers literally, like they'll keep her drawers.
Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
That it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. So we need some underwear, preferably some dirty underwear that has some juices on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Now, here's the trick. Literally the trick. But for a woman, if it's a woman, you have to get her underwear 2 days after her menstrual cycle.
Oh hell! Period panties?
No, you have to get 2 days. 2 days after, like as it going off, as it going off, at least 2 days.
2 days afterwards, are you still wearing your period panties? Because you might have okay. So this just got a little more complicated for the man. Period panties 2 days afterwards.
I mean,
now for a man, it's just good. Whatever day he take his dirty underwear off. What if you gave him a hand job with his underwear and got his juices on it, and you took his underwear for a man? Could that work? Oh Lord, I think he done froze up on us. Oh, Tata Candelo say, yeah, handkerchief, yeah, towel, wipe yourself off. Exactly. Oh, somebody was saying, what if you don't have a cycle? Say you're like me, you're going through menopause and you don't have a cycle anymore.
Oh no.
Did you get knocked off?
Oh no. Hold on.
I think Tata Campus said he used to collect underwear. A panty snatcher.
This right here is a panty snatcher.
Oh my God. It's one in every town.
But what I was saying, once you get if you can't get the draws 2 days after, then you can wait till it's fully off. I will give you that.
Or like Tata Candela was saying, get a towel, get a handkerchief. You know, go in there and wipe somebody down after the act, right?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. This is the secret to the trick. You have to catch them before they sleep with anybody else.
Okay. So we got a sex worker, we got somebody that's hoeing in the streets, and we got to entice them, seduce them, get their fluids before they get back out with somebody else.
Yes.
So the work has to be done before they get with somebody else.
Right. But that's why I say after the period, because everything is fresh.
Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk, bro. Come on, Buddha. Come on out.
So, but then what you do is you take that undergarment, and then what you're gonna do is you put it on a plate, and if it's for a female, you can get a whole orris root, and then you get some of your fluids. You dress that orris root, and then you get a High John the Conqueror root, and you get dirt from the four corners of your property, a little bit of sugar, and some of your own personal perfume or cologne. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make like a mojo bag and tie that up. And then once you tie that up, you're gonna pray over that. And what you're gonna pray is you're gonna pray that prayer. You're going to pray that prayer that I gave, and then you're going to put it on the empty side of the bed. You're going to put it on the empty side of the bed under the mattress. That leaves that space for the person to come. Now, once that is done, after at least 7 days, you're going to take it back out. You're going to pray over it again. You're going to spray it, put it back under there, and you're going to work that periodically. I usually say like every 2 weeks. And once you work that every 2 weeks and you see the person, make sure when you see the person, if it's in your bed, you sleep with them where you made that makeshift mojo bag at. And then there you go.
And this tames it tames them down, makes them kind of want to act right, do right. So kind of like you're not binding them, but you're kind of calming down their energy so that they should want to be with you. Okay, now let's move into the sugar daddies. I think that's what everybody been waiting for, how we get these sugar daddies. We don't want the Splenda daddies. We want the sugar, the pure sugar.
They want the sugar daddy prayer. They want the sugar daddy prayer.
We want the sugar daddy prayer. Hold up. Let me adjust my glasses for this.
Let's see.
Tata Candela was saying if somebody's sweating, you can get something to wipe their head with. Tata Campu said, did this work for you? Tata Campu is going in on you, bro.
Yeah, he going in on me, but guess what? Let me tell him this. I know this worked because I have family members that done shit like this. That's how I know it. Now leave me alone.
I kind of got a period. You didn't say it, but I felt it. I was like, period.
Period.
Okay, so let's get this prayer for the sugar daddy.
Let's see here. Oh, boy. And we're going on over to Mark.
Now, I'm assuming that the sugar daddy is something that you can work if this person is single, if they married, if they kind of in a relationship. You can still pull this from them or pull the sugar from them.
Yep. Pull them pockets.
Tata, ain't nothing wrong with Splenda daddies. Ain't nothing wrong with them at all.
Where is it? I lost it.
Thank you, Tata Campu.
What'd he say?
He said he loved the show.
Love you too. Tata
Candelo, I love that guest that you just had on. That was a freaking good show. It really was good. A lot of information. A lot of information. Keep it up. It was really good.
All right. Let me see what this thing is. I had to write these things down because I knew at the moment I was going to lose it.
And you lost it. Oh.
I'll get back.
Jasmine says we need sugar daddies that don't expect.
They don't expect sugar?
Yeah, they don't expect the sugar. Can we do that?
If you're specific with your prayer, then yeah. There's some now. There's some out there. Let's see.
Mitchell Dura said, I was taught to bury the mojo bag east or west, depending on the moon phase. You must be reading Mama Star's books, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. And I know you made a comment about the geisha girl move where you start from the bottom and move up to the top. I'm gonna have to rewatch this and look at the comment that you put because I thought that was interesting.
Right. Now we go to Mark chapter 6.
Okay. Mark chapter 6.
Verse 21 through 23.
All right. Hit me with this verse.
It says, but an opportunity came when Herod, on his birthday, gave a banquet for his courtiers and officers and for the leaders of Galilee. When when his daughter Herodias came in, whoa, hold up. Oh yeah. When his daughter Herodias came in and danced, she pleased Herod and his guests. And the king said to the girl, ask me for whatever you wish, and I will give it. And then after that, you can say, and he solemnly swore to her, whatever you ask me, I will give you even half of my kingdom.
Oh, wow. Okay, so say I got a particular sugar daddy in mind and I want to work. I got his picture, you know, I don't wipe the sweat off his forehead or whatever, because, you know, it was sweating, it's Texas, it's humid down here. So I have my little handkerchief on hand. So I'm going to work that with this passage, because this is telling me that he will give me whatever I ask for.
Right.
Okay.
Now, now see, a lot of this was supposed to be part of, I'm giving you some samples of my class that's going to be in Detroit. So a lot more is going to be part of my class. But this is what you're going to do. You're going to make a powder. Let's see here. I wrote the ingredients down because I know I was going to lose it. Now, the powder you're going to use white sugar.
Okay, so what if I'm not looking for a snow bunny? Can I use brown sugar, or does it matter?
It don't matter.
All right.
It don't matter. And then you're going to use brown sugar.
Okay.
Dirt from a bank. Tissue that wiped the mouth of an ATM. Catnip. Rose petals. Lovage root. Orris root, or Queen Elizabeth, as they say. And hair from a cat.
Any cat?
Yep, any cat. And if you want to, if you get enough, you can actually like burn it and grind it into a little ash and put it in that powder. And you pray over that powder with that passage. And you got a picture of him. And now when working him, the trick is back in the day, no man would let a woman touch his wallet. And just like a man is kind of skimpy about bringing a woman their purse. You ever see how a man look? If you say, go out to the car and get my purse, you see how you look. You don't want to touch no woman's pocketbook. For one, he'd be ashamed of going back in the store carrying the woman's pocketbook. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to find a way when you meet up with this man, because it's gonna have to be somebody that you're gonna have to attract to yourself.
Your eye on, right?
Yeah. You're gonna have to dust him with that powder.
Ah, okay.
So you being a masseuse, say for instance, and
oh man, yeah, I got this. I got this. I got love oil. You want a massage? What? You need a scrub? We're gonna put a little powder in the scrub. I got that.
And so once you work him with that, if you can get slick enough and dust his wallet, all the better. And it's if you slick now, there's a lot you can dust on a person, you know. And so you work that now. you can use that if you don't have one specifically. Like, say for instance, like you just trying to attract a sugar daddy. You
Mm-hmm.
can still use that, but you use that on a figure candle.
Okay.
You use that on a figure candle, and what you could do is, since you don't have a specific person in mind, you could some people say, oh, you write a list or whatever like that, but you can use a picture of you can use a picture of a wealthy person, a wealthy man, like GQ magazine, you know.
Or like going Forbes, 400 and be like, okay, this is, who has the most money, the billionaire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
I wonder
Kendall.
if that's how Eve got her billionaire. You remember Eve?
Mm-hmm.
And she married Maximilian, and she did well. She did well for herself. Interesting. Let's see. Tata said you could also, since all you do not groom themselves, grab one of his pubic hairs, tie it up, and carry that shit by your coochie.
Between these two tatas, y'all is a mess. I love y'all though. See, this is light skin antics. This was what light
Let's see. Somebody was saying, what are the other roots? What did we have? We had lovage, we had catnip, we had rose petals, and then we had hair from a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Boil some rice open to your coochie and let the sweat fall into it. Yeah. I'm from Louisiana. Back in the days, it was the spaghetti. That's how a lot of my cousins did the spaghetti. I could never eat their food after that either.
And why I say hair from a cat is to make them stop pussyfooting around. Like the old folks say.
That's interesting.
Because that's the first thing an old man will come up to you and tell you. If he feel like you playing, if one of them old cats, he can be like, oh, you need to stop pussyfooting around and give me the goods. And he be rubbing his hand, and oh no, the old school player be rubbing his chest. Hey, babe.
True.
But yeah, so you can work that powder, work that powder for at least some people like to say, oh, you pray over it one time. No, you pray over it, you work it, and then you use it. At least 7 times, and then use that in that work. And also, get your asses out there and be around some wealthy men. Don't just sit at home and think some man gonna come knock at your door and say, here's $1,000. There's sugarbabies.com.
It's true. You're right. I think, and you see it in a lot of the readings that these women and men want love, but they don't want to venture out. They don't want to put the action into it. They expect it to, to fall into their lap. So you're right. You got to at least put yourself out there. LaShonda said, what cat I got to square up with? LaShonda, I'm going to send you some voodoo hair. Well, now you know what voodoo's bad. I don't know what you want to use.
Voodoo, no, and it's orange. No.
Yeah.
We don't want to attract Trump. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they need something with dark hair. We need, yeah. I had to pitch myself. TJ, what TJ say, can't go to the clubs right now. You're right, TJ, but here's the thing. Once this stuff is lifted, it's a bunch of horny people that's ready to shoot out the gate. Ready. So if a woman or a man can't find somebody at the end of June or July when everything opens back up, ain't no hope for them. So for y'all that feel like you can't get out, start working your plan right now, because when you do get out, it's going to be on. Trust me.
Lord, the churches, the clubs, the bars, everything is going to be overflowing.
LaShonda is saying, what if she used dog hair?
Dog hair? No, use cat hair.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see. Ray, did I miss the discussion on lovingly locking down a person who's been physically and mentally abused? She doesn't know how to be normal anymore.
Lovingly locking down person. That has to do with healing work, healing your heart, healing those wounds. Now, when it comes to that type of work, that goes along with the whole self-love working that I gave you. Um, but with that one to add, since you've been through so much, you could add. Let's see, what's the name of that? You could add gardenia petals. Add gardenia petals to that work, and and a little bit of lavender, and do what I call, you could do what some people say a backup light, and add a blue candle to
What Tata Candelo say? The fuck you want to track a dog.
that.
Yeah, you do have to be careful with what you use and what ingredients you're using, and I think with even the animals that you take it from. Voodoo is a rolling stone around here. He ain't trying to connect with nothing but making little kittens. Yeah. So
Mm,
Ray, she's already in therapy. So if you're dealing with somebody who's unhealthy and they're already in therapy, Ray, the best thing is to walk away and heal you, because there's nothing else that you can do for this person.
oh, so they're trying to attract someone that's wounded.
Well, I think she's dealing with somebody who's wounded and she wants to know how to help the person, but the person's already in therapy. So, I mean, what would you, I suggest, you're
Yeah.
right to suggest like healing love work, but she's already in therapy too. So she might need to let that kind of work through.
Yeah, yeah. You can only do but so much for them. They have to do everything for themselves. There's really nothing you can do. You could do healing prayers for them, things of that nature. You know, but other than that, there's nothing else you can do for them. I thought they were saying that I thought they were saying for themselves.
Samaria
Uh,
Brown is wondering what herb can you use to make somebody stop lying?
to make someone stop lying.
You know what? I honestly, if you in a relationship with somebody who got a lying problem and that's what they want to do, I'll be like, fuck off. It's over. It's done with. That's a character flaw.
Yeah,
That's a character flaw. You could try to work somebody like that, but who wants somebody that you have to work them to stop lying?
right.
That's not even a mate. That's not potential mate. But do you have particular herbs that you would use? Because me, I would be like, you know what, fuck out of here. And that'd be it for me. But what
Right.
herbs would you use if you were trying to get somebody to be right? Could you do the dominating with the turning the hoe into a housewife type of thing on that person?
You could, but that's too stressful.
Then you mess around and have a lying your partner. They would calm down, but they would still be lying.
Right. For one, I'm like this. If your spirits is telling you off the bat that they're lying, why are you still with them? I mean, if they lying so much and they're a habitual liar, then you're gonna be working till your face is blue. You're gonna be working till your hands fall off because that's in their nature, like really, really in their nature to do so. And
True.
doing too much.
You guys, when it comes to love work, you got to be really careful that you're not enabling or prolonging a toxic connection because you're going to get a lot of empaths that'll be like, I love them, but I can't leave them because I'm codependent on them or they're codependent on me. Sometimes you have to be aware that a toxic relationship is a toxic relationship. You don't need to do any work. You need to go ahead and exit left. because it's a done deal. I think for a lot of people that have a partner who's trying to work on a relationship, somebody who's trying to make a connection, you're trying to make a connection. To me, for love work to work, there needs to be something that's reciprocated.
Right.
You're pouring into an empty vessel over somebody that needs to be healed. They scared. They wishy-washy. They don't want commitment. That's a waste of your products. That's a waste of your tools. That's a waste of your time. Motherfuckers need to know if they gonna be in love, they gonna be in love, or they not gonna be in love. It's real simple. And if you don't want to be in love, then I'm not burning a candle. I'm not buying no herbs. I'm not taking no love baths with you, nothing. Go ahead, babe.
Right.
Do it.
Go ahead.
So I think the thing about it is you got to be really honest. Be really honest if this is something that you want to work. A lot of people end up binding cycles to them. And they be like, okay, I'm done. I'm over this. And that person be in the front yard, Stella, I love you, Stella. Stella, I ain't gonna never be with nobody else. And then the people be on the lives talking about, how do I get rid of this folio? Take that goddamn chain off that candle and let them go.
And the first thing he told her, I say, "You raggedy bitch."
Let them go. If they don't want to be held, let them go. So, bro, we coming to the end of this. What do you want to close out with?
I mean, like I said, love yourself before you try to love anybody else. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, how the hell are you gonna know how to love them?
Absolutely.
So, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters is yourself, me, myself, and I.
True.
And take care of yourself. Know yourself, flaws and all, and don't go out here in situationships, in toxic bonding relationships, things of that nature. Just because y'all got a few little bits and pieces here in common, know your asses need to dig deep, because we live in a time now where either you real or you fake. Either you do or you don't.
That's true. It's true. I think if anybody's gonna do self-love work is first. You gotta heal what's broken in you. We got a lot of broken people that's trying to save broken people. That it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. There's nothing wrong with doing love work. I know I talk about it, make fun about it all the time. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but you have to be with somebody who actually wants to put energy into you. Don't waste your energy on love work with people who don't want to give you any energy back. All right, you guys?
Yes, indeed.
All right, bro. I love this. I'm going to work my sugar daddy magic. I got to go to the bank tomorrow, so I'm going to get my little handkerchief. You know what? I don't know, though. Should I be wiping the ATM down with the Corona?
Shit, they don't use gloves. I mean, if you want to work, use gloves.
I might wait till, you know what? I might wait till after the Corona before I wipe the ATM. I might just give me a little dirt. But I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you too.
There was a lot of information that you gave. Thank you guys so much for participating and for sharing and all that. We will see you again next week. Y'all be safe, please. Even if the government opens things up, you guys, please be careful.
Yes, we appreciate y'all.
Yes, we do. All right. Bye, you guys.
All right, bye, y'all.